Hey everyone, my name's Emma and I am a student at the University of Plymouth. I study psychology and I'm in my fourth and final year. So I've been at the university for quite some time and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my experience of being a student in the city and at the university. So I picked Plymouth because I loved the location, I loved the fact it was near the sea, I liked that it was a smallish city which kind of had everything that I wanted but wasn't sort of overpowering in its size and the number of students. I liked the community aspect of the university. When I walked around campus, I knew people and I recognised my friends in my first year quite easily in the first term. So I kind of liked that community feel and not feeling like I'm one student in millions of people. So yes, that really drew me to the university, but also for psychology, it has fantastic research output. The standard of teaching is great. I actually had a friend who'd been to Plymouth before me, so I asked a couple of questions to her, and it just seemed like a place that I could definitely see myself in. So that was a couple of reasons why I personally chose Plymouth, but obviously that's completely up to what is important to you. So definitely some things to consider. So for me, the benefits of going to university was that I knew that people who go to university have graduate and earn more money than people who don't have a degree. So for me, that was really important. Who doesn't want money? But also, I have a passion in psychology and a passion in people, and I felt like that passion, was also within the people who were going to be teaching me, and it was so much more than just sort of lecturers earning money. It was actually them sharing their passions with people who wanted to learn about it. So there are so many benefits. You're more knowledgeable, you have better prospects, and also you are part of something which is honestly incredible. You're part of such a community which supports you for the years to come after you've graduated. So there are lots of reasons to go to university, but those were the things which were important to me. So the facilities at the university, I've thought have been great. They're constantly being developed is something that I've noticed, which I love because I like being in a place which sort of takes opportunities and really wants to sort of match the people that are studying inside it. So for me personally in psychology, the psychology facilities were fantastic. We had EEG labs and we had study centres and we had lab rooms. We have any room that you need for your dissertation. If you need a therapeutic room, it was really easy to get a hold of what you needed. And then, just generally as a student, I thought the library was fantastic. It's open literally every single day of the year, 24/7. So if you're a night owl or an early morning studier, then you can go and you can do your work. So I loved that, and I also love the fact that the library is it has chilled out spaces, it has single spaces, it has group study spaces, so it really caters for every kind of student, so it feels very inclusive being on the campus. And some of our other facilities is like the Students' Union, which is honestly one of the highlights of my time at Plymouth. I've loved being part of UPSU, which is what our Students' Union is called, and I've had so many opportunities given to me by the UPSU group, all of our sabbatical officers. So I think the facilities there, just in physical sense, I loved the SU when I visited the university. I thought it was a really nice open space, and when I heard about all the different sort of things that the SU put on, like the open mic nights and the different club nights, it was just it really seemed to me like a safe space to go and have some fun and let your hair down after a tough day of studying or after you've handed in an assessment or an exam. But yeah, on that note of student life, I've loved the sort of the student aspect of being in Plymouth. I think that you have so many opportunities. We have the summer ball, we have the open mic nights, like I said, the club nights, naughties nights. There are day festivals like St Patrick's Day, and when the rugby is on, that's all been super important to me and really shaped sort of the experiences I've had. And the accommodation, which is provided by the university and sort of the local private companies, are all of such a great standard. You know, I really haven't heard of many horror stories when it comes to accommodation. So for me, that was really reassuring. And again, with Plymouth being a small city, it's really easy to go and see your friends and visit them at those different accommodation sites. So that was really attractive to me as well. And yeah, and the clubs in the city centre, we've got lots of choice. We have literally a club strip with Walkabout and Prism and Pop World and loads of different clubs and loads of different places. So there quite literally is something for everyone. And if you don't like going out, there are lots of bars, and we have a board game cafe which you can go with your friends and visit and play games, and so many different things for you to do. So yeah, I've definitely found that the city has complemented my sort of student lifestyle as much as the Students' Union has. And then, yes, societies have been another thing which has been massively influential for me. So I joined the Rugby Society in my second year. And, out of 160 different sports clubs and societies, there are literally so many things to be a part of. I love my time as part of the rugby club. I became chairwoman in my third year, and you really build up that sense of community and family while you're at university, because it can be scary and it can be stressful. So it is nice to have a group of people who are going through it with you, and you share time with them in classes and on the pitch and in the club. It's a really nice thing to be a part of. So I definitely recommend joining the sports clubs, joining a society, because it will change your university experience for the better, I promise you. But yeah, that's just kind of a couple of things that I thought about when I was coming to the university and the experiences that I've had. I think the mental health services at the university have been second to none. They've been absolutely fantastic whenever I've had any issues or my friends have had any issues. The advice centre at the university is fantastic. I haven't felt unsafe in the city. We have a safe taxi scheme, so if you say spend your last sort of fiver on a round of Jaeger bombs or on a coffee or whatever it is, whatever you're doing in the evenings, and you don't have a way to get home and maybe you do feel a bit unsafe, you can order a taxi and pay for it the next day in the SU, and I think that's been absolutely invaluable and is such a reassurance for me and also to my mum, who worries about everything. So yeah, there are so many different opportunities and so many things which have been implemented by the students. We really do have a voice, and I've loved that. So yeah, if you have any other questions, then you can find me and some of my peers at the university on the UniBuddy app, if you look for the University of Plymouth. So by all means, send some questions. Good luck with your summers and getting work experience and everything, but ultimately when you go to university, you make it your own, so make it the best that you can. Thanks, guys.